70s. Back in the 70s to New York, where my mother and my aunt are from. Uncle Sterry. This old house, set off the road to Valley Falls, aged, birch white and peeling, like shingled skin. This maple driveway lost in autumnal hues, clay-stained leaves running wild in antlered sun. A strong man, neighbors called him, as good as ever wore a pair of shoes. But now with his wife living in town, nursing a broken ankle, TV glows and drones, blue parody of burning brush as we approach the door. The homogenized babble of talking heads looms incongruous here in Rockwell country. Any voice to fill the twilight now, any mode of sleep. We talk about the madness of California weather. All the same sun, day after day. No seasons like a neon tube. Must confuse animals. With animals you need season, rain, snow. The exact gold of October, there's a time to rest, the mare, and a time to foal. Same with the sheeps and cows. The only thing he regrets, Uncle Sterry says, is giving up his car because of cataracts. That and letting his delicate wife Blanche sleep alone in the dining room heater. The night she rose from troubled sleep and stepped through the closed glass door towards the warmth of relatives in town. As the evening wears on, Uncle Sterry reveals ghosts and skeletons of apple butter country. The Irishman crazed by debts and whiskey, who bludgeoned his wife and 2 boys and buried them beneath the flat rocks in a field of stubbled corn. Or you take the Millers now, Stu and Ariella. She had a slight hunchback, don't you know? Had not had no children, them 2. 6 kids born, 3 was normal, 3 was dwarfs. Had not had no children. We say goodbye. The time to depart grows like a shadow. We say goodbye to Uncle Sterry, shaking those burled hands that once milked and sowed and baled hay in the course of the morning. I don't even know what I felt like driving back. Light beams cutting, like air, the molten snow. A loss? Not sorrow exactly, but cheated and a fear.
Thank you, Marcia. Next, I'll be introducing Tom Ireland. I don't have any notes, any bio or autobiography from Tom, but I'm certain of his infinite love for Michael Shorb. Tom?
Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. I was lucky enough to meet Michael one time at a gathering, something like this. I'm going to read a poem by Neil Chernovsky. Your Garden, in memory of Michael Shorb. You thrive on illuminated flowers that sneak into the garden late at night and pretend to know the outline of mortality. You ordain this order in the plenitude of love and demand the roots that twist in a fever. You are a prince of gnats and beetles. The elder bricks are welcoming as you walk through the garden. Love is a distant daisy and life flows. Luck shadows the innocent gardener who bends to work with a spade. You, identified long before the printed word, now laugh when botanical books smell like the living earth. Love is a bell ringing in the mind of a bee. Light is a ribbon stretched, 1, 2, 3, up to infinity. Your forever is familiar. A simple rose, a yellow rose, a path in the motion of the garden.
reading some poems by Michael Shorb, and I'll be reading Canoe People, Rainforest Massacre, Planet Sunburn, and There's Michael by Myrna. I'm just so happy and honored that I got to read Michael's poetry, and I cried so many times just reading this book, and I'm really honored and grateful, really grateful, because when you read words that touch your heart and soul so deeply and that really speak about the world and life and humanity and nature, it's a miracle. It's magnificent. It's a gift, and I'm so grateful for that gift. Begin with
Okay, Michael.
Yeah, Michael's here.
Canoe People. Tierra de Fuego. I hope I pronounced that right. Fuego. Tierra del Fuego.
Wait a second, because this motor is running like crazy. We can't hear that. Yeah. Thank you.
They say this land was named for hunting, fishing families who built camps in roaring dusk, catching careless seals, gathering mussels to roast over driftwood fires, their stories scattered on rocky ground with leftover bones. They say you used to roll newborn babies in the snow to teach them strength, that clear waters ran with meat. No need for mining then, no Spanish princes, no clothes, no money. They called you the Yagans, the Onas, the people. You called yourselves the people. Your flickering images reached my TV screen, showcased amid commercials with humpbacks mating in the Sea of Cortez, salon geese hatching bronze eggs in late November. Sitting beside your haphazard corrugated shack, you tell interviewers you do not believe in life beyond the grave. They record your rare monosyllabic love songs to curve parakeet painter of October leaves, to Curran, the sun, to Cray, the moon, to giant sleeping mountains that were once human. You sell small beaded canoes to smiling cruise ship strangers who lower paper bank notes down in baskets. I can't even address your images to claim that some universal love unites us, or open a can of anything without hearing the distant curses of your fathers crying from the Spanish mines, forced to dig tin in the fractured wakes of gold and silver. Or fatuously contend that any system on the overmanaged earth can save you. Even the doors of knowledge are closed. I cannot mouth the lyrics from one of your droned-out legends of earth, fatherhood, and sky, or reach out lost palms of my hands forming islands. Include us, people, in your songs. We are dying too. The Rainforest Massacre. From Cancer to Capricorn, broken only by unmeasured sea, you once stretched, unfathomed, gut of jungle earth. But man takes 50 million years in his hands like a mahogany mill blueprint, and man is hungry to farm and stretch out the pastures of his machines. They say you, biomass and matrix of unknown plant and animal forms, shoulders weather rides on genetic savings account. where the future of God resides, must be raised and infected, bulldozed and harvested like some enemy bird and insect-headed anathema to mankind, to humankind. They give you 25 years to live, not caring what shape beyond that earth may take. There is no Alexander of the word to unstring this knot or slash it free. Somewhere at forest's edge, a pair of macaws, yellow beaks and blue wings, luminous orange bodies flash in light, a moment and are gone. Only their beauty is real. Planet sunburn. It becomes a joke before we even understand it, relegated to a kingdom of cliché. The whole global warming thing. It's that moment speeding down a mountain road when you realize the brakes are gone. When you swim over and past the shark net barrier into darkening water. The other morning in southern Australia, koalas staggered onto public highways in 120 degrees heat, begging passing humans for water. The air crackled with heat, even after a flood of crows rode the sun to the rim of distance. As though nature was just joking around, all those species about to go extinct or insane, only theoretical. Nothing to dry the moisture from your fields, drain the animals from forests and fish from the sea. And you, every once in a while, could just write a check and watch a special on PBS, making everything all right. I'm going to use the tribute booklet. To read Myrna's poem. Dearest Michael, this time has come to cross the abyss from this space to beyond. Sweet, gentle poet, whose words will remain flaming like comets, streaking the plains, seared into our hearts like a sad lullaby, seeing the plight of Earth's demise, writing in hopes that someone would care, dispelling the darkness of our deep despair. Myrna Todd. Oh, whoops. I'm going to introduce Richard Nichols. Richard will be reading I'm Not Scared, and which is a tribute from Richard and My Father's Garage on Christmas Eve. Richard met Maiko in 1962 at Cerritos Junior College. Maiko and Richard revived a dormant club at the college that ended up being selected Club of the Year. That began a lifelong friendship and included many adventures and crazy stunts, not the least of which were several LSD trips, a drunken trip to TJ, and a trip to Canada to explore fleeing the draft. Richard always looked up to Michael, admiring his intelligence, his wit, and his poetic heart. Richard.